Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.
Good evening and welcome to the miNEStry. I am Archbishop Dracul, and alongside me is Father Avram. Our creed is to inspire our parishioners with reflections on the Nintendo Entertainment System. Tonight we are reflecting on Milon's Secret Castle, a puzzle platformer developed and published by Hudson Soft in North America in September of 1988. Hudson Soft was probably best known in North America for their Bomberman and Adventure Island series. Our Deacon this evening is Jeff Gabor. Welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me back.
A Testament to the Creators. Toshiyuki Sasagawa, designer, programmer, sound, and artwork. A little bit of an overachiever. He also worked on Street Fighter in 1988 for the TurboGrafx 16 as the sound director, and Ys Book 1 and 2 in 1989 for TurboGrafx 16, also as the sound director. So he really broke out on this game.
Yeah, this was a one-man show, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Takeki Kunimoto. He worked on the music. He also worked on music for Star Soldier in 1986. Starship Hector in 1987. And Robo Warrior in 1987.
Robo Warrior is a good game.
I
like that
can't
game.
recall the music in any of those games right now.
If I remember right, Starship Hector and Robo Warrior share a music. I think at least one track.
Really?
Yeah.
Self-plagiarism. He double-dipped. Well, that's it.
All right.
That's a two-man show here.
Yep, there wasn't many people involved behind the making of this game, and it shows.
Don't tip your hand, bud.
We did find one advertisement when we're searching for marketing for this game, and we came across a pamphlet that is the best 3 games from Hudson Soft challenge you. That's the header, and it's Adventure Island, Hudson's Adventure Island, Bomberman, and Milon's Secret Castle. And it says, games from Hudson Soft will give you hours of fun and enjoyment. Hudson challenges you to solve the mystery of Milon's Secret Castle, save Princess Leilani on Adventure Island, and help Bomberman escape the center of the earth. Test your skills with Hudson's best 3 games. What do you guys have to say about that?
I mean, Bomberman's an awesome game, and the franchise is sweet. So
Bomberman is definitely the best game in this series. But I mean, you have. I mean, to say it's Hudson Soft's best 3 games, I mean, they made so many freaking games. That's kind of a stretch, but of course it's an advertisement, so of course now I'm stretched to think about what that is. So Adventure Island was actually before this one, right? And I'm not a huge fan of Adventure Island. However, it has like a cult following. So it's surprising that didn't make this list.
It did.
Wait, what? Oh, it did. Oh.
Nah.
It's all right. Princess Tomato and the Salad Kingdom.
I'm not looking at the list. I'm looking at the entire list of games for the NES that Hudson Soft has done. Lode Runner.
That was Hudson? Were they published? And was it published or?
That was Lode Runner's 1984. No, developed by Hudson Soft, Avram, and none other than Doug Smith.
Good old Doug Smith.
Also, they made Faxanadu.
They did?
Man, the music's awesome in that.
Yeah, they were the developer of Faxanadu. So it's like for them to say that, and this was after Faxanadu. So for them to say that these 3 games are their best,
there must be something up with like either publishing or I don't know, because that doesn't make sense. And they don't feel like the same company. Like all 3 of these games, like, yeah, that registers. It's Hudson.
And as I said before, Princess Tomato and the Salad Kingdom, that's a really good game, actually.
It is.
Is it really?
Yeah, it is actually underrated. I think the cart cover that looks like claymation or whatever, and the fact that it's got a dumb name, people just didn't pick it up, but it's actually solid.
Huh. Yeah, I've never played it.
All right, let's move on.
I mean, it sounds B-rated as fuck.
Let us now discuss the 7 categories for which we execute judgment on Milon's secret castle. Category 1 is the narrative.
A reading from the manual. Milon lives in the land of Hudson, where people use music to communicate with each other. However, Milon does not have the ability to communicate. He always asks himself why he is the only one who lacks the ability to understand people and music. One day, he decides to travel throughout the land of Hudson to search for other people like himself. Before leaving for his trip, Milon decides to visit Queen Eliza, who lives in Hudson's secret castle. When Milon arrived at the secret castle, the people were being attacked by the evil warlord from the North region. The warlord robs the people of all their musical instruments and occupies the secret castle. Queen Eliza is held captive deep inside the secret castle by the warlord and his demon monsters. Milon volunteers to fight the evil warlord and his demons to rescue Queen Eliza and the musical instruments for the people of Hudson. This will not be an easy task. The secret castle has many different rooms, and each room is a maze filled with demons, secret passages, and doors. However, the castle's magician tells Milon that Queen Eliza has hidden many tools, instruments, and money to help him. The magician also gives Milon a magic bubble to assist him in finding the places where the helpful items are hidden and where they may be bought. This is a reading from the manual.
I was going to say that Hudson must have put everything on the line with this game. Like, they really believed on it because they just slapped their name all over the game.
All over the place.
And
like,
in
this
it.
is it.
And in it. Yep.
They must have internally loved this game.
I mean,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
genuinely wonder if they thought this was their Zelda.
Could
Oh
have
my
been.
god.
Could have been. That's a thought. That's a thought, Deacon Gabor.
Yeah, it's a thought, but oh man,
I mean, I don't know how they could think that, but
I
you
don't
know,
know. We'll get to it.
it's either that or the developer was really, really full of himself.
Mhm. Even the logo, the Hudson Bees, all over the game. It's in the middle of the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
It's in the game. Yeah. Yeah. You can hit one of the magical disappearing blocks, and the
Now-
Hudson Bee will fly across the screen.
Well, we'll get into that with gameplay, but what
Yeah.
really sticks out to me in this, and at probably the biggest hole in the entire story, is that Queen Eliza lives in Hudson's secret castle, but then he goes to this castle, which he and everyone else knows where it is, and to find it under attack by their enemies, who also know where it is. And so I wonder how much of a secret castle it is at all.
Mm.
Just doesn't seem to fit.
Yeah.
Maybe the secret of the castle is a secret.
Could be.
The secret within the secret.
Mm.
Don't get me started. We'll get into that in gameplay too.
I mean, I actually kind of like the narrative. They could have like tightened up a couple things, but namely his isolation of the of between him and the people. I think that would be a nice thing to kind of like add into the game somehow.
Yeah, I'd say the content of that idea of being an outcast that's trying to find someone like himself, that it's a start, but then it just goes off the rails immediately with him. Why is he visiting the queen, and what the heck is going on with the music, and then saving them, and where's everybody else? It just immediately doesn't track.
Well, I'm with you on that. Like, why does he decide to visit Queen Eliza? Like, I agree with Archbishop Dracul that, you know, the idea of the narrative is different. It's unique. It could be something, but between the whole secret castle thing that I mentioned and the fact that he just decides to visit Queen Eliza, like, what if he just didn't decide to visit Queen Eliza and he just went out looking for people like himself? Like, we wouldn't have a game. This wouldn't be this wouldn't be a thing. Like the entire game is wrapped up in that one sentence. Before leaving for his trip, Milon decides to visit Queen Eliza, who lives in Hudson's secret castle. Like,
you got to wonder, what was he intending to do? Because he can't communicate with anybody. It clearly states that he was just going to go over there and give her a high five, I guess.
Yeah.
Or maybe they had some other arrangement.
I don't know. That's a secret.
One of many.
The secret entrance, so to speak. The tunnels. Okay, I'm done.
Relax.
Let us proceed to category 2, which is audio. To me, the audio is grating circus music. I really did not like the audio, the music in this game.
Yeah. Especially given the whole premise of the game is about a culture that communicates with music, and that's their entire thing. That seems like maybe your game should hinge on quality music, and it's repetitive, and it's boring, and it's annoying.
That's a very good point. Very good point.
Very insightful indeed, yes. I mean, also, he may not be able to communicate, but the wizard gives him a bubble. Like, couldn't this have also been something to do with and if he can't communicate, how did he communicate with the wizard? Anyway.
Yeah. And who is this recluse wizard?
But the audio, yes, the audio is just very, very repetitive. The sound effects were pretty standard NES sound effects, but unfortunately it was ruined by the music track. If the music track had been longer, even, but it's literally the same 10 seconds over and over again. So it's, or maybe not 10 seconds, but pretty close to it. So
yeah, and you get a little relief when you get into a boss fight, but that doesn't last long, and that's really not that any better. You wouldn't want to listen to it very long.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it's very repetitive. All right. Let us proceed to category 3, which is game design.
This is a reading from the manual. Object of the game. Your mission is to help Milon solve the mysteries of the secret castle, destroy the evil warlord and his demon monsters, rescue Queen Eliza and the musical instruments for the people of Hudson. Good luck. 1. Enter the castle and solve the puzzle for each maze room. 2. Find and save the hidden money and 12 helpful items. 3. Destroy each of the 7 demon monsters lurking in the castle and collect 7 crystal balls. The crystal ball is your key to advance to the next level of the castle. After completing everything above, you must find 2 secret items to save Queen Eliza. Those 2 items are for you to find. This is a reading from the manual.
Secret castle indeed.
There's a lot to be said here. And a lot of what I learned about this game, I learned about in the very first level.
Okay.
That's nearly all I played.
So the first level taught me that I have to buy every item in the game in order to advance.
Mm-hmm.
It also taught me that I have to shoot my bubbles everywhere in order to find hidden items, money, and doors.
Yeah.
AVGN said there was something like 2,800 blocks per room.
Yeah.
So that's a lot.
It's so stupid. You're literally shooting your bubble at every single 16 by 16 tile in the game if you want to be efficient and try to find everything.
Yeah.
And
That's
it's a bubble.
horrible game design.
When I play this game and I heard it was about music, I'm immediately thinking okay, he can't play music, but he could sure use a guitar as a weapon. Why isn't he throwing guitars at things that? That would be so great. A freaking bubble?
Okay, and the bubble itself. Let's talk about that. Okay, the whole point is that you got to use your bubble and shoot it at every single 16 by 16 block, except you only shoot diagonally.
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
You only
that is
shoot
the
diagonally
worst game
up or
design
diagonally
decision
down
ever.
So you can never just hit what you want.
Well, I don't know why they didn't do so. Actually, I have the manual up right now, and it's so cool that you're mentioning this because I happen to be looking at one of the little clip art things, which the manual is very charming. The clip art that's in there and stuff, really cool. But under the section where they're discussing Milon's energy level, there's a little artwork piece of him dashing along, look of anger and angst on his face as he's shooting his bubbles, and he has the bubbles going in 3 directions: up diagonally, down diagonally, and straight ahead. If they had made it straight ahead by default and then you could change it by pushing up and down, that would have changed the game drastically. Yep. But instead, all you can do is shoot diagonally up as default, and then you have to push down to shoot down, which I should mention, if an enemy is coming straight at you, unless they are directly in front of you, the only way to actually shoot them is to shoot down.
Yeah. Or you have to. I constantly like jumping and shooting, like jump and shoot down.
Maybe that was like the original intent was to have it shoot 3 ways, but they ended up changing it.
Yeah, they hit a sprite limit or something.
Yeah.
I mean, potentially, but I mean, it's not like it's a huge game.
I agree. I don't know. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's just it almost feels more like a bug. Honestly, like, oh crap, yeah, I forgot to turn that back on. Like, I wonder if there's a hack of this game where like there is something like that, like some sort of like bit switch that you could flip and suddenly be able to shoot straight.
I wonder how that would actually. It probably would feel a lot better just overall and make it at least somewhat enjoyable. But talking about more with the game design, it all right. The thing that pissed me off the most, and I'm sure you guys are about to talk about it, but you just read the entire manual, okay? Not anywhere in the manual, or there's no. The wizard doesn't tell you because you can buy hints and stuff. Nobody tells you can move blocks. You can shoot blocks, and you can reveal doors, and you can reveal music boxes. And it's like, okay, everything's told me I can do those things, but nowhere does it say to move blocks.
Yes.
And so I spent goddamn 45 minutes playing this game, being like, I don't want to look it up. I don't want to look it up. I'm gonna figure it out. I don't know why. I'm gonna figure it out. And I was like, screw this. I'm done. I've shot every block in this stupid game, and I don't know where to go, and I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get the demon to show up in the first boss room, because you have to have some sort of item that it doesn't tell you what it is to get to a new place, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't figure it out.
The manual says only alludes to certain requirements to make the boss appear.
Yeah, certain requirements. Very vague. So jerkish. And so I finally looked up and it was like, oh yeah, so you break these blocks, then because you broke those blocks, you can squeeze in between them, and then if you hold for like 3 seconds,
it's a
you
long
can move
time.
the block. And you don't have a push animation, so you don't even have an indication that like, oh, the animation switched, so something's happening. And the blocks you move, they don't look special. They don't look any different than any other 16 by 16 tile.
Yep.
And then it moves. And then it moves, and you're like, okay, what happened? No, then where you moved it from, then you shoot those tiles because now they're available, and then it reveals a door.
Yep.
Oh,
which is the shop.
God.
Which is the shop where you need to get the item. So they've hidden an object that you need on the critical path of the game, not only behind a hidden door, but behind a block that they don't tell you can move. This was a blocker for me pretty much the entire time until I also caved and said, I'm gonna look this up and figure out what's happening because I'm obviously missing something. And sure enough, same thing as Deacon Gabor. Like it was like, you got to be kidding me. I got to move this block, and that just sort of opened up the whole thing. Like, oh, now I got to sit there and hump every block for 3 seconds to figure out if I can move it. That was when I shoot every block.
Screw that.
Yeah,
bad
decision.
Going back into this, I owned this game as a kid.
Ooh,
and I played the hell out of it, and I remember figuring out that I could push that block to this day because it was probably such a momentous moment.
Mm-hmm. Come on, you got it. You must have been told that or read it in Nintendo Power.
I don't know. I
or it could have been an accident. The first time I moved it, it was actually an accident.
Really?
Yeah, and I didn't know there was a hidden door there, so I just moved on. So, and then I was like, oh crap, you can move blocks, right? And then finally when I caved and looked it up, they were like, oh yeah, it's a hidden door behind the block. I'm like, that is the last thing I would have thought to do.
Yeah.
And can we talk about demon monsters for a moment?
Like how they're drawn.
No, just in general, how they all have the same attack pattern.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
And how one is a large piece of poop.
It definitely looks like a 6th grader drew a piece of poop and tried to make it hairy looking.
So when we say demon monsters, we're not talking about just the enemies that are
the
randomly,
bosses.
We're talking about the bosses. Yes, there is definitely a turd monster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he just, you're right, every pattern is the same. They just bounce 3 or 4 times forward, then bounce 3 or 4 times back, and randomly spit out balls.
And here's the thing. There is no strategy to fighting them.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, no, you just have to
every
get
time
lucky
I fight them, I get luck. It's like luck if I beat it.
There is, they will shoot like roughly on a timer of some kind or another. So you kind of know when the next one is coming roughly, but the direction that it's shooting, it seems to be random.
Yeah. There's always one projectile. The way it shoots is like it shoots very far and very low trajectory, and it shoots fast. And it's like I get hit by that one every time. So it's like, all right, outside of that one, I can do a pretty good job of dodging. But, you get hit by that one, and then you don't have iframes in this dumb game. And you take like 6 hits.
There's a link to the next section of our gameplay discussion.
All right, then.
I can't. Yeah. The cheap enemy spawns. The fact that because you don't have any iframes, and if they fly over you are fucked. Yep. You are absolutely fucked if they fly over you.
Oh my god! And since we're still talking about game design, did you guys play the last level at all?
No.
Nope. Didn't get that far.
It gets just more stupid. It gets more stupid. You go into this one room, and it's a repeating maze. Like Mario-esque, where if you don't go, it's not that much. But anyways, you repeat, and it's like several tiles. Anyways, you eventually get to these. You figure out the right way to maneuver, and there's like, I think 5 different colored rooms. I could be wrong. Maybe it's just 4. But they're identical, and they each have this like crow-looking boss wizard thing, and that you need to break blocks to get to, and they are. I guess it's the major warlord, right? They call it the warlord, and he opens up his cloak to fire, and you shoot him. Now, since there's one in each one of the rooms, it randomly chooses on game start which one's the real one. And you take
on game start?
Yeah. So maybe it's the green room this time, maybe it's the pink room this time, maybe it's going to be the blue room this time. So you can't. I'm sure like speedrunners must hate this damn game because they get all the way there, and then it's like, well, take a good guess which one it is, and so you kill it and take a ton of damage, and then you got to refarm for more health because you took so much damage from one stupid boss. It doesn't feel good, and at least I guess the attack pattern is slightly different, but it's garbage. It's just garbage.
I can't believe like anybody would even want to fucking speedrun this game.
I mean, it would be an achievement.
I guess so, yeah. I mean, the one thing is at least all the secrets stay the same, right? The same money's in the same place. The same items are in the same place. So once you know the game, you can just run through it.
So, Deacon Gabor, how did you know that they were called warlords? Because I'm looking through the manual here, and there's like no reference to this whatsoever.
I think at the back of the box it says, from the north, an evil warlord. And his demons. So I think it's the main guy's the warlord, and then I think whatever they call them, demon monsters.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Anyways, the whole design of the game is a joke, and you could go on and on and on about having to collect a saw to then somehow cut through bricks to find a new opening in the castle, and
nobody
tells you. Oh, God. And then if you wait too long on the overworld, I guess that's the best term for it, waiting outside the castle, lightning bolts all of a sudden show up and start shooting you. What is going on with every choice in this game?
Yeah, it's just bizarre.
The traveling lightning bolts outside the castle got me a couple of times as I was trying to figure out where the next part, like once you get to level 2, you get outside the castle and you're like, okay, I'll continue to go through these doors, and you go through these doors and you're like, I have no idea where to go now because there's nothing. Like, what am I you're almost in the same spot as you were in level 1 when you're trying to figure out, that you can push blocks, right? And you have to jump over the edge and go down the well. And that's not obvious at all. In fact, when I did it, I thought I had just died.
Yep. Yeah, that definitely happened to me.
Well, I think the shopkeeper says the well is climbable.
Yeah, if you happen to use the hints, which I always forgot to use. If you happen to use the hints, right? Yeah, some of them are really bad, though. Oh my God. Anyway, there's so much. I can't really find anything good to say about this game design, except for one thing that I will give it. That some games, I can't think of right now, but some games definitely don't do this, and it's such a major pain in the ass, is they do give you warning when an enemy is going to spawn.
Ooh, that is good. Yes.
That's the only good thing I can say about this game design. The little spring things are really cool, right? Like it's almost like a Sonic the Hedgehog type of, like a predecessor to Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oof.
It's like you're gonna jump on these spring things. I know that Mario had spring things too, but the way that it's executed in this game was kind of cool and smooth.
I will say that's a major downfall of Mario. If you were to go back to the original Mario, right, that's the one thing that's like, those springs suck.
Yeah,
they were springboards.
Yeah,
they were bad. But in this game, they do it really well. It's just sort of an attachment, as it were, an extension of your regular jump, which is great. So those two things I will say in its favor. That's it.
One more thing about the game design. That there's no lives, so that's fun. That's a fun choice. Don't give the player any lives. Cool. Okay, and then 2, no continues.
Yeah.
I was going to bring this up in technical and controls later.
Oh God. But all right. But we'll leave it, I guess, to that section in terms of like how continues are actually executed, which is just ridiculous.
Yeah. I'm going to end this with my thoughts. After I beat the large piece of poop, I picked up a walkthrough to see how much further I had to go. And I was like, hey, fuck this.
How much further did you have to go?
I had quite a ways to go.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I think there's 7 of those stupid monsters.
Yeah. And I got to the 3rd one, and I couldn't beat the 3rd one. Regardless of how much hard I tried, I could not defeat the 3rd one.
I also got to the 3rd one, and I will bring this up in technical as well. Remind me about the 3rd monster.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's proceed to category 4, which is graphics. I actually kind of like the graphics. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I actually didn't really have a problem with it.
I don't have a problem. I was gonna say they do the job. That's about the nicest thing I can say. Like, come on, there's a giant poop, dude. God. The monsters are completely uninspired. They're, I feel like you guys did, we did Solar Jetman all together, and we were railing on them for their monsters being like, super ambiguous shaped creatures. This isn't much better. Like, all the demons just are weird objects flying around. Can't make out what they are.
And they definitely lift from Kid Icarus, by the way.
Yeah, the googly eye little things.
The googly eye little things, and also the red bee-looking things that fly on the diagonal.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a direct lift, but it's extremely reminiscent of the same thing in Kid Icarus.
All right, let me rephrase.
All right,
because I like I like the player character sprites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're nostalgic. Yeah. I will say that. Like, they fit that early Nintendo era fantastic, and I like that.
Yeah, I mean, I found the graphics to be, they were pretty standard NES platformer graphics, right? But I also agree with Deacon Gabor that it's totally uninspired. I think the player character is great, actually. I agree there as well. However, they definitely were trying to be, potentially Zelda here with the hat. But I don't know. There were no graphics in there that were bad, I would say, except for the turd monster. I didn't even know what the hell I was looking at. It's like the programmer was like, crap, I need to get one more monster in here. I'm gonna get my 6-year-old to come in here and draw a monster for me.
Or it's more like he's like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Well, look at that. There's some inspiration.
Yeah, definitely very inspired there. Yeah, so it's just not great, right? I really liked the little dropping platforms that you went on. Those are cool, right? Like, they were annoying as fuck, but they were cool. Man, so there was some things in this game that definitely were passable. Most of the graphics, I'd say, were passable, but nothing was like, oh man, this is great.
Yeah.
Let us proceed to category 5, which is box art and presentation. I really like the box art. It's nostalgic. It's got like the grid, like the old like the first.
Oh yeah.
Like the Capcom, the first edition Capcom games had back then, and I don't know, it kind of has that like Rankin Bass sort of appeal to it.
It does. It does look like they photographed a miniature, right?
Yeah,
that's totally what they did.
and it's it got me when I was a kid. It got me. I was a sucker. I got it for my birthday. My dad brought me to Benny's and he's like, hey, pick a game. And Benny's didn't have many games to choose from. And so I saw this one. It was like, it stood out to me. amongst the others. And boy, was I wrong.
Oh, it stands out.
It does.
It definitely stands out. I don't mind the box art, like the photograph thing. I think it's a cool style choice, honestly. I think it clashes a little bit with the background, the grid thing. And I think that the color choices for I think if you look at the font, right? You look at the font for the title. It's capital big orange letters for the beginning of each word, Milon's Secret Castle, MSC, right? And then all the rest of the letters are yellow. And I immediately think, man, they thought they were developing a carnival game. Like this is carnival font is what this is. And yeah, it goes along with the music.
Yeah.
But I'm like if it was done differently, I'd probably like this better than I do. But like I said, the photograph is great, but just the whole thing altogether, not a huge fan.
How weird is it they write over 750,000 sold in Japan? It's very weird to see the 3 and the slash and the 4. I don't know. It's so weird.
I mean, as a kid, I'd probably read this and be like, over 3 or 4 million.
Yeah. Maybe that was their intention. It's like, that's a slip.
So I'm gonna forego reading the back of the box because it's very similar to the actual story in the manual.
For some reason that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, other than that, the fact that they just stick in the word Hudson everywhere.
Yeah. They have to. And the
People
B.
of Hudson. The Hudson Secret Castle.
Hudson Secret Castle.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird that they actually take it away
Wait a minute.
from Milon.
Is the bee named Hudson?
The Hudson Bee, yeah.
Yeah.
So the bee lives in the castle.
Apparently, and so do all the people.
Huh.
And yeah, whose castle is it? It says it's Milon's Secret Castle is the title, but then the back of the box says it's Hudson's Secret Castle, but then it's Queen Eliza, it's her castle.
Bee's like, it's mine, motherfucker.
I wish that they just anecdotally, apart from all the other categories, I guess, I'd like to say that I wish that they had done more with the music side of this.
Mm-hmm.
The only glimpse that they give you into that world is the bonus level, which I don't think we talked about at all.
Oh, yeah, good point.
No.
The little bonus levels that you have to find by hitting the block above you, the secret block, the hidden block. In every level, there's one where you jump into it like Mario style, and then above it spawns a little music note block, and you jump into it, and you find yourself in this bonus level where these music notes fly up from the bottom of the screen into the air and back down, and you can get the double eighth notes or the sharp signature, the pound, the hashtag sign, right? If you get those are pluses. If you pick up a flat note, if you pick up the flats, then you lose one. And then at the end of the bonus level, it all adds up to money.
Money, yeah.
So it's very strange, totally different than the rest of the game. And that's like the most that they do, really, with music in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
The sprites there of the people are questionable at best.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, every single one that you find, by the way, adds a little bit more to the music of the bonus level.
Oh, does it?
It does, yeah. So, like, the first one, you get, like, I think it's like you get drums, and then the second one, you get a bass line, and then the third one, you get, like, a harmony line over the top of everything.
That's actually kind of cool.
That's the most they did with the freaking music. But they could have done so much more, honestly, and I feel like that was a missed opportunity. That
It could have made decent music.
they
Well,
could have
there's
made
that.
decent music to start with. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
You know? Instead, we got bling, 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 bling. F you. I hate that music so much. Let us proceed to category 6, which is fun factor.
Pretty sure we just already went there.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Fun factor can be summarized as not fun.
I'm
Let us
gonna
proceed.
no. Oh my god. I'm gonna be the devil's advocate here because I wanted to like this game. Like when I was first starting to play it, I was like, okay, all right. Like, yeah, I can be patient. Like, yeah, I can find the hidden items. Like, yeah, and I love the charm of this game. Yeah, I shoot the little monsters that pop onto the screen, and look, you can grind for hearts, and how cool. And I wanted to like this game, and I think I had more fun with the idea of wanting to like this game than I had fun actually playing the game. Because it's like, it's charming, right? Like, there's a lot of charm in this.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and I'll add to the positivity. Knowing where the secrets are and then being able to go back through the game with that knowledge, it is actually a bit more rewarding and fun. Because you're taking out all the fuckery that the game has, you know? And just enjoying the gameplay, which isn't that bad once you do that.
Right. It suffers from the same plight of a lot of the games that we've reviewed on this podcast, where it's like you have these critical items hidden in some weird freaking way that you're not going to know how to do, or you're not going to know how to find, and you just have to brute force it. It was Nintendo's way of adding, hours of gameplay. It was a way of them extending content, essentially.
Why?
And
why
a lot
is
of
it?
Nintendo games had suffered from that.
That's exactly where I was going. It's like, why is it that same idea in the original Zelda game was fun, but this is horrible? Because it was so fun in Zelda, like burning every bush and bombing every wall. Like, I actually liked it, and then you would push on every block.
I think it's probably because of the interactivity of it all. Here you feel like you're just in a room shooting bubbles at boxes.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like there's different types of interactivity with bombs and, like you said, bombs and the candle and the.
There was like a reward factor to it.
Yeah.
I think with Zelda too, I'm trying to remember now. I'm trying to like go through the game in my head. Were there any like items that were totally like hidden that you needed to finish the game?
No, nothing like crazy hidden. Yeah, it was just like whatever. You just would find them.
Yeah,
you just had to go find it, right?
There was nothing that there wasn't at least a hint for.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Like there was nothing really on the critical path except for the swords, right? Like you needed to figure out the hints for the swords.
Yeah, and even that though, like you didn't need it. It just it would help a lot in terms of difficulty.
Yeah, but
you had the manual. You had the manual.
Yeah,
and you scoured that Zelda manual.
Yeah.
This one, you don't scour Milon's Secret Castle manual.
I know. The closest thing I can think of in Zelda 1 that was like, okay, this is kind of bull crap, is the grumble. I was like, what is this? What does this guy want? And and you have to know that this weird. I didn't even know what it was. It was a piece of meat, they don't tell you it's a piece of meat, so I never actually made the connection that I need to give this guy food. But
yeah, I never made that connection either.
but
That
I
was
can
one that
forgive
got
it
me.
for sure. Everything else was so good.
Yeah, but there isn't like, oh, you have to find the item that's underneath one of the bushes in the forest in order to complete this game.
No,
And
it's just a convenience. Yeah,
and
rupees
they
are
threw that
convenience.
in this game. They threw that in Milon's Secret Castle, like as a first level thing.
First level, yeah.
First level, like you're going through and you're like, okay, yeah, I've hit all the rooms. Yeah, I've cleared out the rooms. I've shot every block. Now what? You know, and yeah, just it definitely suffers from the same plight as, you know, Deadly Towers, which is you have no idea where the dungeons are. You just have to walk over every square until you find them.
That is,
and then you don't get a map for the
on.
dungeons. You just have to kind of know them. And
it feels so similar to Deadly Towers.
Yes,
actually, it does. Maybe that's why Archbishop Dracul Closet likes this game.
To quote AVGN, Milon's Secret Castle. More like Milon's shitty asshole.
Yeah, accurate.
All right, let us proceed to category 7, which is controls and technical. We mentioned the no iframes when you get hit.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely a technical thing.
Never really ran into a flickering or a slowdown. Locomotion felt okay. Like I felt like the jumping and the running and everything felt pretty good.
I disagree.
Yeah, it was stiff.
I thought that the walk to the run was so damn slow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the jumping was not great either.
The jumping would have been better if you were just constantly running. But because they did that weird walk to run thing,
it's like there was times you would have to jump. Oh my god, why did they do this? Like there'd be some jumps that were like mechanically stuff that you would not ask most players to do, which is like, all right, you're going to jump, or you're going to have like a tile right above you, and you have to jump out from it and then shoot up above you, like the block that's a little bit above you, and then swing back into the block you were in, and then do it again to jump up on that cliff. I don't know if I'm describing it correctly.
Yeah, you are.
But it's like really, really, like that is advanced platforming type thing that's usually like to get you to a secret area or to try to like skip a thing. But that's not normal platforming. Like Mega Man would have stuff like that as a, hey, here you can take a shortcut if you do this trick. But they wouldn't put that as a base requirement on level 1. It's ridiculous.
But on a technical level, kudos to the game that it even allowed you to do that.
Yeah.
Because there are many Nintendo games that like you would just jump and you're just going to fly in the direction that you were going when you jump, baby.
Mm-hmm,
like that's it. We're going. Or there's no way to turn around, you know, or you know, or you can turn around, sure, but if you hit a block, you're dropping straight down. There's no way that you're getting back on a ledge that you jumped off of, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
So kudos to the game for doing that on a technical level. That was good, I would say. But yeah, the necessity of actually needing to do that is.
And then what were you saying about the third boss monster? Technically.
Oh well, I'm sure. Well, before we get there, I'm sure that Archbishop Dracul has something else to say. Cause I just wanted to tag on to that specific jump thing.
I would like to do this reading from the manual. Milon advanced into the game, but a careless mistake ended the game. In order to get a second chance, in quotes, Hudson is glad to announce that there is a continuing option, in quotes. You can access this continuing option, in quotes, by pushing the left side of the movement control button and the start button. You are allowed to use the continuing option, in quotes, after Milon collected the first crystal ball. I call bullshit, because after about doing it 7 times, I would have to, it would start me over.
Did it really?
Yep.
Interesting.
So this is what I was going to say.
Huh.
Actually, yeah,
That's garbage.
The continues, like, so this is why I mentioned the third monster as far as I got, because I was using that continuing option, as they call it, and I was like, man, it's so good. So I'm so glad that at the very least I can just continue what I thought was forever, and so on the third monster, I die, and I go to hit the left on the directional movement and start, and I am right back to freaking level 1. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding. Like, I just walked away at that point.
Yeah. There's no saving in this either. So, I mean, obviously that goes without saying, but yeah.
If you're gonna have a continue option, number one, don't make it hidden. I think the fact that it was hidden, and also it's really interesting that Dracul mentioned that it says Hudson is glad to announce, right? Because I have a feeling that this was totally an afterthought. Like,
yep.
Oh shit, we need a continuing option. We need to throw this in there, and the developer's like, I don't know what to, I don't have the tiles set up for a continue. I don't have that screen flow. Like, that totally interrupts my entire thing.
Yep.
And so it feels like it's one of those things like, we'll just put it in the menu somewhere. We'll put it in the manual. It'll be fine. That's the way this feels, because I don't know of any other many games, if not any other games, that actually hide the continue option in this way.
I'll give you a couple examples. One, Hudson's Adventure Island
does this crap really?
Too. You have to find the Hudson B at the end of the first level, or you're locked out from ever continuing.
Yep, I remember that.
And then I do remember Rad Racer. You have to press start and A. If you fail a track, if you press start and A, you can continue. So I know that at least those, and I think Mario Brothers has that option too. You have to start and A. You start in the same world.
You see, I was almost willing to cut them some slack here. Like, I figured, like, almost like Fester's Quest, like, oh, well, shit, we need some way of, like, I was almost ready to cut them some slack, but now you're saying by precedent that this is just shit technical design.
I don't know which way to lean, but yeah, it does feel slapped on.
I mean, if it was slapped on, I'd be like, okay.
Guess what, Hudson? You don't need to fucking announce continues. It's not that big of a deal. You just give the continues and give us a number of how many continues we actually have.
Well,
is that a problem?
It. Yeah, I mean, that's just it. Like, if you actually have a limited number of continues, at least tell me how many I have. Like, that seems so freaking basic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that, and I think that the bubbles thing is also something that's worth mentioning for technical. Like, why can't we shoot straight? Right? Yeah. Like, that doesn't seem like that's just an extra programming path. That's not new graphics. That's nothing. That's just going to program this bubble to go straight, and they just couldn't do it. And I think that's a major failure on a technical level.
Yeah, I agree.
And now, brethren, let us offer each other the body of Price. In 1988, when Milon's Secret Castle was released, in the United States, it went for $49.99, which in today's money is approximately worth $134.14. According to pricecharting.com, if you wanted to procure a copy, then a loose cart would cost you today $8.99. The box only goes for $30.51. Manual only is $8.13. Complete in box $40.84. And brand new, sealed, in box $158.43. These prices seem very run-of-the-mill for Nintendo these days. Like, this is like average pricing.
Yeah. Although getting a loose copy for $8.99 isn't bad if you want to waste time on an afternoon.
Sure.
But
so people are complaining now, the Switch 2 just released and you got Mario Kart for $80, right?
yeah.
But price adjusted, this is $134.
It's true.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
That's like when you're thinking back to the old like Neo Geo games.
Yeah.
Remember Neo Geo? Be like
Yep.
$200 games.
Yep. Yeah, that's why nobody had
Well,
it.
wait a minute. Now, wasn't it like $200 for the cart? But then you could flash any Neo Geo game onto that cart?
No, that was a specific model.
Oh, okay. But back on point here, I think, an interesting thing to note is I've said it a million times, but it's worth repeating, especially for people who are listening, that video games are oddly one of those things in the economy that has actually dropped in value. Like if Mario Kart were to have rised in inflation, like actually based on quality, right? Like let's say based on quality and based on inflation, right? If they were going to charge the same amount as an average game in 1988, which is $49.99, then for Mario Kart they'd charge $134. But you could argue, hey, wait a minute, hold on. The budget for this game just went through the freaking roof.
Yeah.
The budget for this game is now crazy. So we're not, the budget for Milon's Secret Castle was like nothing. But the budget for Mario Kart,
$2.
hello. Yeah, like, so if you were going to take that and add that into the calculation, you'd be paying like $300-something for this game. No joke.
Yeah, seriously. Yep.
So, people need to realize that, yes, video games are more prevalent. Yes, every home essentially has at least one console or one gaming system. So, yes, you are when you're as a video game developer, yes, you are broadcasting your game out to a wider market. But there's so many fish in the sea, first of all, that you're not going to actually get all those people to buy your game. And so if they started charging like what they should, man, people would go batshit crazy.
Yeah.
Let us now execute judgment upon Milon's secret castle and decide which of the 7 cardinal sins it has committed.
All of them. No, I'm kidding.
Father Avram, in regards to narrative, what is your final judgment?
In regards to narrative, Milon's Secret Castle has committed a most heinous cardinal sin.
Deacon Gabor, in regards to narrative, what is your final judgment?
In regards to narrative, Milon's Secret Castle has committed a most heinous cardinal sin.
In regards to narrative and in the presence of this assembly, Milon's Secret Castle has committed a loathsome cardinal sin deserving of hellfire and damnation.
1.
Father Avram, in regards to audio, what is your final judgment?
In regards to audio, Milon's Secret Castle has committed a most heinous cardinal sin.
Deacon Gabor, in regards to audio, what is your final judgment?
In regards to audio, Milon's Secret Castle has committed a most heinous cardinal sin.
In regards to audio and in the presence of this assembly, Milon's Secret Castle has committed a loathsome cardinal sin deserving of hellfire and damnation.
2.
Father Avram, in regards to game design, what is your final judgment?
In regards to game design, Milon's Secret Castle has committed a most heinous cardinal sin.
Deacon Gabor, in regards to game design, what is your final judgment?
In regards to game design, Milon's Secret Castle has committed a most heinous cardinal sin.
In regards to game design and in the presence of this assembly, Milon's Secret Castle has committed a loathsome cardinal sin deserving of hellfire and damnation.
3.
Father Avram, in regards to graphics, what is your final judgment?
In regards to graphics, Milon's Secret Castle has committed no fault.
Deacon Gabor, in regards to graphics, what is your final judgment?
In regards to graphics, Milon's Secret Castle has committed a most heinous cardinal sin. It's literally shit. Literally. Shit.
In regards to graphics, and in the presence of this assembly, Milon's Secret Castle has been spared. Father Avram, in regards to box art and presentation, what is your final judgment?
In regards to box art and presentation, Milon's Secret Castle has committed a most heinous cardinal sin.
Deacon Gabor, in regards to box art and presentation, what is your final judgment?
In regards to box art and presentation, Milon's Secret Castle has committed no fault.
In regards to box art and presentation, and in the presence of this assembly, Milon's Secret Castle has been spared.
I invoke the talisman of damnation!
For what?
The box art has nothing to do with the game. Other than it's a castle. I thought I was gonna get Castlevania. Instead, I got something that looks like freaking the Sandman running around shooting bubbles out of his ass.
Father Avram, in regards to fun factor, what is your final judgment?
You even have to ask. In regards to fun factor, Milon's Secret Castle has committed a most heinous cardinal sin.
Deacon Gabor, in regards to fun factor, what is your final judgment?
In regards to fun factor, Milon's Secret Castle has committed a most heinous cardinal sin.
In regards to fun factor and in the presence of this assembly, Milon's Secret Castle has committed a loathsome cardinal sin deserving of hellfire and damnation.
4.
Father Avram, in regard to technical and controls, what is your final judgment?
In regards to technical and controls, Milon's Secret Castle has committed a most heinous cardinal sin.
Deacon Gabor, in regards to technical and controls, what is your final judgment?
In regards to technical and controls, Milon's Secret Castle has committed a most heinous cardinal sin.
In regards to technical and controls, and in the presence of this assembly, Milon's Secret Castle has committed a loathsome cardinal sin deserving of hell's fire and damnation.
5.
Milon's Secret Castle, by the authority vested in me, I execute judgment upon you. Having committed 5 cardinal sins in the categories of narrative, audio, game design, fun factor, and technical and controls, for which there can be no forgiveness, no mercy, no redemption, we exile you to the bowels of hell. This concludes tonight's service. Remember, our liturgy does not simply come to an end. Those assembled are sent forth to bring the fruits of the ministry to the world.
Free audio post-production by alphonic.com.